It's the Joseph Bristol Show.
Make sure you like and subscribe.
Welcome to another episode of the Joseph Bristol Show. Today I want to talk a little more about helping people and or helping others, but more so I want to talk about the importance and the power of helping somebody, and what exactly that really means, and the effect of it, or so on and so forth. One of the things to get out of the way in the very beginning is the difference between actually helping somebody and of course enabling somebody, which is very different from helping them. And then of course there is giving someone a convenience. So for example, when I say giving someone a convenience, I mean, let's say I have a car and my friend offers to carpool. He isn't necessarily doing me he's not really helping me do anything. He's not helping me get to work, because I have transportation to work. I can get to work myself. I have a car. The convenience of carpooling with him is the reason for the carpool. So that's different from actually helping. One of the things that I think is very important to think about when you're thinking about helping somebody, and when I say pertaining to what I'm about to say, when I'm talking about helping somebody who actually needs help, not someone who's crying wolf. They don't need help, but they just want the easy way out, or they want the easy streak, or they just want to use and gain from others. Not those people. I'm talking about people who genuinely need help. Now, I think that when somebody asks for help, in a sense, whoever hears that call for help must help. And the reason why I say that is, if you think about help, asking someone for help is basically letting your guard down. It's making yourself vulnerable to another person, letting another person see you vulnerable, see you weak, and asking that person for assistance. Because asking for help is basically, I can't do it myself. I need assistance with getting this done. You know, in the simplest form. I mean, asking for help is a lot more complicated than that, but we're just talking in simple, basic forms for simple, basic, healthy relationship creating. I think that when someone asks for help, that's them being vulnerable. Especially if you're talking about someone who never asked for help. That's definitely a vulnerability. And in that sense, you have to see that for what it is. So, in a sense, being asked for help is somewhat of a privilege, to be that person that someone else feels they can call on. Someone else feels that you are in a better position, you are better equipped, you have what it takes to help them progress in the way that they desire to progress, to get whatever they need to do done. You are that person to assist. You're the one, essentially. I mean, if you think about it like that, you know, when someone asks you for help, it's a powerful thing. It's a very spiritually powerful thing. They're providing you with an opportunity to be a good person. They're providing you with an opportunity to show who you are as a person, to show your character, your moral standing. They're allowing you to be someone in their life that they can say, hey, one time I needed da-da-da-da-da, and you know who I called on? So-and-so and so-and-so. And they came through, and they helped. So that's something that I think is forgotten a lot when you are being asked for help. So another thing about helping someone is, when you are offering your help, or someone asks for your help, there's always a time frame on that help. And maybe a lot of people may not know this, but if someone asks you for help, it's a time frame on it. How do we know this to be true? If someone hits you up and says, yo, son, can you help me move? And you say, yeah, I got you. You can't show up after the day of the move and say, yo, I'm ready to help you move now. It doesn't work like that. If someone asks for a ride, you can't dictate when you're really gonna give them a ride. I mean, you can, but it still isn't within the parameters of the time limit on their help that they need. See what I'm saying? So everybody, when they're asking for help, has a time frame for when they want that help. Anything outside of that time frame is no longer necessarily a help. I no longer need that help because it's outside my time frame. See, the time frame on help that we're offering to someone and help that we're requesting of someone. So when you want to make your time of when you need the help clear. So hey, can you help me do so and so on this day at this time between these hours? Boom, boom, boom. Another thing that you want to do for the person who's saying that yes, I can help, you want to mark that time so that you know what time you said that you would help the person and the limits and so on and so forth. If you know ahead of time that I don't think I'm gonna be able to do that, it's a wiser decision to say that ahead of time so that the person knows, this person may not come through. They may, but they may not, because they've already said something. This is where communication is key. It's extremely important. Oh, never forget, if you're helping someone, understand who you're helping. Understand who you're helping, and you have to decide what line you're going to draw as far as when you want to cease and desist with assisting the person. So it's important that you know, okay, I'm helping this person for this and this reason for this amount of time. So let's say you've been kind and good and nice to someone, and let's say that person turns around and does not reciprocate your kindness. So they don't offer the same kindness and gratitude and generosity and love and support that you've been given. They're not reciprocating the emotions and the feelings and things that you've been giving them, the help that you've offered to them. Let's say it's not being reciprocated. And then let's say that the person turns around and tries to play you or does something hurtful to you. They backstab you, talk crap about you, whatever. They do something bad and nasty to you. Should this occur, you as the person who did the helping, even if they take advantage of your kindness, you as the person doing the helping, I can understand why you would be hurt and angry, but you should try very hard not to display that hurt and anger. And this kind of goes back into the pretending episode as far as understanding how to pretend and when to pretend and why it is that you should pretend. You did the right thing. You helped someone. And that person is the bad guy. That person is the person that is the wrongdoer. But you, as the one who did the helping, you are in the right. You are a good person. You did what you were supposed to do. What it is that the Creator put us on this planet to do. Help one another. Be there for each other. Love one another. And you did just that. So even though your kindness was taken for weakness, even though your kindness was used so another person can advance and you have lost, even though you needed help or you need help and you're reaching out to someone that you have helped and they're not returning that help and that love and that kindness that you've given them, that's okay. Because in the end, you did the right thing, and you can lay your head down at night knowing you did the right thing. You know that when you die and your Creator questions your actions and your deeds on this planet, you know that you have deeds in your pocket of righteousness. You did the right thing. So you should never be angry enough to lash out at someone who does not reciprocate the help that you offered to them when they needed it. That's fine. And more than likely, if you help somebody and they turn around and backstab you or do something nasty or spiteful or hurtful to you, more than likely you're the bad guy anyway. They're going to go around telling people how you're this and you're that and you're just all these other bad things because they know that they're actually the bad person. It's important that we know as well that the best way to help someone is to ultimately change the way that their brain works. So, if someone asks you for a loan, then you may notice a pattern that they're not very good with finances. So the better way of helping them is to help them manage their finances in a more sufficient way for them and their situation. But your help that you're offering to someone else, even though it's not reciprocated, you are still the good guy and you should still help. You should never let someone being bad or being mean or being nasty stop you from being who you are. If you're a helpful, good person, continue to be a helpful, good person. Maybe not to that person, because that person does not see your worth and they're not treating you the correct way. So yeah, you can leave that person alone. That person may not get any more help for now, because that would then go into forgiveness, and eventually you would have to forgive. And of course, if you forgive somebody, then it's nothing to offer them back the same help, to put yourself in that same position that required you to forgive them, because that's how forgiveness works. But that's a whole nother video. Let's say you've helped someone and they turned around and did the nasty thing. Like I said, they're not being a very good person. If you see and you decide that you no longer want to help that person anymore, so you're done helping them now. If you see someone that you know helping that person who is a bad person, you should never say anything to the person that is giving the help, because it's not in your position, or it shouldn't be in your position to then say, well, hey, so-and-so may do this and that and that and the other. Because they did it to you doesn't mean that they will do it to someone else. That's just like anything in life, even when it comes to a spouse. Just because someone cheated on you doesn't mean that they are in fact a cheater. That just means that they didn't value you enough to not do something to you, but they may value someone else and not do it to them. So for example, someone may tell their mom all their secrets, everything. You tell their mom everything all the time. They're always just blabbering their mouth and telling their mom all their secrets, everything about their life. But they don't tell their dad anything whatsoever. The dad can't be angry. He just has to understand that that's not his position in that person's life. They don't see him like that. So it's the same thing as I said, if you're helping someone or you stop helping someone and you see that someone else is helping them and you feel like, hey, this person is nasty, this person is not a good person, don't help this person, you should never say that. That's something that you should just keep inside and vent that out. Maybe write it on a piece of paper and destroy it. Maybe go see a therapist. Maybe talk to a friend about it. But you should never tell someone else not to help somebody because the person that they want to help did not receive the help that you gave them correctly. You shouldn't do that, because that's not the right thing to do. Because they did it to you doesn't mean they'll do it to the other person. So that's just something to keep in mind. Above all, the most important thing to remember when it comes to helping another person is that we all need help. And eventually your time will come when you will need help. And you will reach out to another human being and you will want them to help you. And if you're not living a righteous life, a life where you are giving off the same energy that you're requesting from the universe, you will not get what you're looking for. Thanks for watching another episode of the Joseph Bristol Show. And come on, guys, let's all remember that we're all out here just trying to do the same thing. Survive and be happy.
Make sure you like and subscribe.